Hello, my name is Barb Binder with Rocky Mountain Training, and I am an Adobe certified instructor on FrameMaker. In this video, I'd like to talk a little bit about the use of catalogs and designers in your Adobe FrameMaker 11 workflow. As an instructor, I've seen a lot of my students who are confused by when to use a catalog and when to use a designer. So let me begin by defining them, generally speaking. The designers are used primarily to modify existing tags or to create new tags. And the catalogs are used primarily to assign tags to your objects or to organize your tags list, removing or perhaps just hiding tags you don't need. For example, if you look at my first line of text, this is my chapter name, but it doesn't know it's a chapter name. If I want to make that look big and bold like a chapter name should, I can go to my paragraph catalog, which contains a list of all of the available paragraph tags in this one document. I click the appropriate tag, in this case chapter name, and now that paragraph is formatted using the chapter name definition. It's that easy. If I want my heading 1s to stand out, I can click on a heading 1 and identify this is a heading 1. Click on a heading 1, click on the tag for heading 1. Again, it's that simple. Now with the catalogs, I can delete formats I don't need. I can refresh the catalog so that the check marks accurately display in front of tags in use and not in front of the tags I'm actually not using. And I have the ability to reorganize my tags list by showing either all the formats alphabetically or only the formats I'm using, only the formats I'm not using. I can delete the ones I'm not using, or I can even make a custom list that's non-alphabetical but grouped the way it makes sense to me. If I'm looking at a paragraph format though and I'm thinking that's not what I want it to look like, I can't fix that in a catalog. That's when I need to go to the designer. So I'm going to go to the paragraph designer now. I want to change my heading 1 to a different color. Specifically, I'd like to use Hawaiian blue. When I pick Update All, I put the burden on FrameMaker to search this entire document and find every heading 1 in the document and change the format to this new color, Hawaiian blue, which is terrific. I don't want to go looking for them. I want the software to do it for me, and it's happy to do so. I can also create new formats from the designer. So if I'm looking at my catalog and I realize I need a heading 2, I can't make it here, but I can go to my paragraph designer, and in my commands menu I can create a new format, call it anything I want, and then I can begin to use it in my document. Paragraph level formatting always changes an entire paragraph. But sometimes you want to change text within a paragraph. For example, I'm emphasizing Kiholo Bay and Makalawina Beach. Let's say I want to emphasize another text string. All I'd need to do is select the text, go to my character catalog now, and choose the correct format, in this case emphasis. And you can see that that text is now formatted using the emphasis character tag that's being used elsewhere in the document. If I don't like how that text is presented, then I use my designer. So I'll pick Kiholo Bay, for example. I'll go to my character designer. I'll change the color of the emphasis character tag to, let's say, Hawaiian blue. I'll update all. And then that's going to change the look of all of my emphasis text throughout the entire document, all at one time. The next level of formatting I want to show you is table level formatting. I've got a little table sitting here at the bottom of my first page. Doesn't quite fit, so it's splitting across pages right now. If I go to my table catalog, these are the table formats available in this one document. I'm using format A, so I'll try format B. That's looking worse. Then I'll try the one called distance table, which is a custom format in this one document. That looks a whole lot better. But if I don't like the look, let's say I want to make the shading behind the heading row a little bit darker, that's what my designer's for. I go to Table Designer, my tag is Distance Table, I make sure I'm in the shading category. I want to make it a little bit darker perhaps, maybe 90% Hawaiian blue, Update All. That works, I can live with that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and close it. Now, when you look at the fourth and final level of formatting, it's object level formatting. There's a catalog, but there's no corresponding designer in my panels. There is a designer, it's just not in my panels. I'll get there in a second. But as I look at my document, I've got a couple of areas that you must visit if you get to go to Hawaii. The text has been identified and emphasized with the emphasis tag, but there's also a pair of sunglasses on the side that are floating outside of the column. So if that text moves, those will move with it. And these frames are using a format called Must Visit. I'm going to go down to that next page. I'm going to paste that same graphic in front of the text I emphasized earlier. And the frame does not look as good as the other ones did. It's the right size, it's the right content, but it needs some formatting. When I use object styles, all I need to do is select my object, in this case my frame, go to my object catalog, and click on my object style, Must Visit. And sure enough, as soon as I do that, it follows all the instructions built into the Must Visit tag, so it knows exactly where to go and what to look like, and it matches the others. Now, let's say I want to change how it looks. And to make sure you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to hide my text, my borders rather, so you can see the frame outlines. There's no color on the outside of those frames. And if I'm looking for the object designer, it lives in the graphics menu, and it says Object Style Designer. Now this is a new feature in FrameMaker 11, and maybe someday it'll dock in the panels like all the other designers do, but for right now this is actually a dialog box. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn on a stroke around the outside. A stroke means border. And I'm going to change the color to my Hawaiian blue. There it is. Solid. And I'm going to pick Update All, and I'll close it. And you can see now that the blue border appears around the graphic or the frame I just added, but also around the other ones as well. 4 categories of this automatic formatting in FrameMaker. You've got paragraph level formatting for paragraphs, character level formatting for text within a paragraph, you've got table level formatting for your tables, and you've got object level formattings for your frames and your graphics and your graphic elements. There are 3 distinct benefits to using the catalogs and the designers in your FrameMaker workflow. The first is one-click formatting. You were seeing how quickly I could change the look of a paragraph or a text or a table or a frame by just clicking the appropriate name in the catalog. The second one is a consistent application of the formatting. I mentioned that when I changed my color of the heading 1s, it changed throughout the document. I didn't have to go look, but if I go and look, sure enough, they all were changed throughout the document, so I know it's consistent. And finally, I can't tell you how many times I've been in a production situation where I think I'm finished and someone says to me, "Oh, didn't I tell you I want you to change the color of all the chapter titles?" And I'm thinking, no, you never mentioned that, but I still have to do it. So if I click on a tag, for example, this is chapter name, and I go to my paragraph designer, chapter name, and I pick a different color, let's go with that Hawaiian blue one last time, and update all, I'm putting the burden on FrameMaker to find every occurrence of that paragraph tag in the document and update it so that it's consistent throughout the document. I couldn't live without these tags. I think once you get to know them, you'll find that you feel the same way.